Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I want to give a big shout out right at the onset to the YouTube channel Altiori. She's been doing a couple videos on the movie that I'm going to do a review for, which is Life, with Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, and Rebecca Ferguson, and whatnot. When I saw her videos, even though they contain spoilers, I don't mind spoilers and whatnot, but even though I saw a couple of their stuff, her videos on this, it was very entertaining videos, but it also piqued my curiosity on this movie. And this movie was done in 2017, so it's a retro review, folks. But yeah, shout outs to her. She does great content. Give her channel a subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, moving on. She actually convinced me to give this channel or to give this movie a watch. So yeah, here we go. Basically, there is going to be some spoilers. It starts with a satellite craft that collected soil samples on Mars. It comes into contact with a lot of debris, and Ryan Reynolds' character has to go out, kind of like spacewalk, using some major mechanical equipment to catch it before it impacts the space station, the International Space Station. And when they do all the scientific stuff, they liquefy a soil sample, they look at it, and they find a single-celled organism. And so they actually try to reanimate it. Because why not? You know? They do. They succeed. And, they... Or the scientist gets a little too captivated with it. And he makes a mistake in there, or in the lab, because of lack of sleep. And atmospheric gauges accidentally flood the containment where the alien, which is known as Calvin now, it flooded it with oxygen, or with too much oxygen, I believe, or a different type of atmospheric. But anyway, it goes into a, I'm sorry, I'm literally having a brain fart. It goes into like a comatose state, basically, a deep sleep to preserve itself. And so the scientist is going to try stimulating it with electronics to try to wake it up again. Well, he wakes it up, but it latches onto his hand, and starts crushing his hand, feeding on it. And then it gets loose. It uses the electronic stimulating one that the guy used, breaks it in two, uses a sharp end of it to puncture the gloves of that containment box, and gets out. And then goes over to a rat that's strapped down so it can't get loose and whatnot. And it then feeds off the rat after the rat bites it. So it's basically reacting to different levels of what it perceives as aggression. This life form is um, it's very intelligent. So Ryan Reynolds goes in. This is the only movie that I've seen other movies where he has died. But this is one movie that, oh my god, man, he went out in a bad way. Basically, the alien goes, or after he tussles with it and whatnot, he gets killed because it goes into his mouth and literally eats him out from the inside. And then comes right back out the mouth. Whew. So they try to contain it as best as they can. It fails. Or they fail because it gets through one of the atmospheric valves. And it starts sucking on the coolant, which is water, in all sorts of different areas, so because it's a living organism that's continuously growing, so it needs to feed. So 5 of the 7 astronauts, or 6 of them, or whatever, end up dying throughout the film, and Jake Gyllenhaal decides to use one lifeboat to try to get it out into deep space without it autopiloting to Earth. Well, the way they did that scene was pretty cool. But overall, the ending, it winds up on Earth, and it wasn't supposed to. It actually pulls a nice switcheroo on y'all. This movie is good. Objectively, I will give this movie a 4.5 out of 5. There was very little mistakes in it. I mean, yes, they showed when the guy pulled his glove or his hand out, his hand slumps like it's actually in a gravity atmosphere. And plus you see sweat running down and whatnot. If you're in a zero gravity, your sweat will bead and just collect and collect and collect. It will not run down your forehead. So, sadly, those are movie mistakes, and objectively, those mistakes do cost the film half a point. There are other things too. Now, the special effects, I think, are pretty decent. I mean, this is an alien life form, so you're not really going to be able to make it look as real as actually possible. So, yeah. But it's still very good for what it was. The story was compelling. It kept me engaged. The score, or the music and whatnot, that was very good. The acting, Jake Gyllenhaal is a great actor. Ryan Reynolds is a great actor. Plus the other people who did the movie, they all did a wonderful job as well. This movie had very little wrong with it, in my objective opinion. Now, subjective, I will give this movie a 5 out of 5. I absolutely love this movie. I'm glad I purchased it. I got it on sale on Movies Anywhere. And, moviegoer, if you guys like alien movies, like Ridley Scott's Aliens, or things that happen out in space that could go wrong, will go wrong, and all that stuff, this is definitely a movie for you. It's a 5 out of 5. So, yeah, folks, that's going to be my official review. I mean, I would go more into depth, but right now, I got a lot of stuff that I got to do today, so it's going to be a shorter review. But yes, Altiori, if you ever see this video, thank you very much for convincing me to watch this movie. And for anybody who hasn't subscribed to Altiori's channel, it's Alteori. I'll also leave a link to her channel in the pinned comment of this video. Anyway, folks, that's the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Also, remember to stay humble as a YouTuber. Remember, your foundation crumbles if it is neglected. And be sure to leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Catch y'all on the next one.